Are you ready?
Agility from the champion. Oh, deep six! That could be it. Delivers this deep six.
This is episode 125. It is Thursday night. We're going to come at you with some Raw review and talk a little bit of War Games predictions. But I am joined today by Brandon, a.k.a. Bash Brandon. How are you doing today?
We're doing good. How are you doing, Wayne?
I am doing good. I'm having myself a good week and a pretty decent night.
Hey, there you go.
It is Thursday night.
Thursday action.
We're ready to start the weekend, and it's been a short week for me. Only worked 4 days this week. Vacation last week, and then 2 weeks from now I got a vacation, and then another 2 weeks from after that I got another vacation. I'm in a good stretch right now.
Gotta enjoy while you can. So awesome you're getting away from this lovely island that you and I are both on.
Yes, I know. That will be happening in a couple weeks. But yes, 125 episodes. We are moving. We are chugging along. Just to let you guys know, we are sponsored by www.backsportspage.com. Check these guys out. www.backsportspage.com, where you can get your news. You can get your interviews of past or present wrestlers, brought to you by the Cut Wrestling Podcast, which is on the Back Sports Page website. Giants, New York, they're big on New York Giants over there. Get your sports interviews. Whatever your heart's desire is there. One of the most reliable news reporting and journalism that I know, and happy to be part of that team, backsportspage.com. Make sure you check them out. To those of you guys who are watching, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But this show is about you guys. It's not about us. We just kind of get the wheels in motion of conversation, but it's about you guys. If you guys have any comments, and you guys want to join in a conversation, leave a comment, and we'll be sure to address those comments that you guys leave. And we'll have a conversation about what's good in the world of pro wrestling.
A lot going on now, so we'd love to hear other opinions than ours.
A lot going on. You got AEW's doing their thing, WWE, TNA, ROH, CMML, AAA, NXT.
Hey, the fact that they're all merging now, where you have WWE guys at AAA, you have NXT guys bouncing back and forth. Obviously, SmackDown and Raw joined together by the women's tag division. So a lot of different ways that everything intermingles, and it's just fun to kind of try to keep up with everything. And now, as seeing your John Cena shirt, you see Edge in the corner, and I'm like, yes, we get to see Edge in at least one more WWE match, at least expect.
Could it be?
Because now they keep doing the ball pull and everything. So I remember Monday night. I think it's Shinsuke versus. I know Shinsuke was pulled. I think Shinsuke and Sheamus, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damian Priest was pulled against, I think it was AJ Styles. I want to say it was those four. If I'm remembering back.
It was Damian Priest against Rusev.
Right, correct. Thank you. So I can't remember if it was. I think it's then Shinsuke versus Sheamus and Rusev, Shinsuke and Damian. There we go. Sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Definitely those four. Honestly, what I would like to see is the whole bracket in front of me, and then updated as it goes, like King of the Ring style, like they did back in the day. I want to see the whole bracket in front of me, and then whoever the mystery men are, just put mystery man, and then that gets revealed upon the time of the match. But I want to see the whole bracket layout. But what was weird was like they had the balls there turning and everything like that. But like you don't see, like, it's just weird how they did the whole thing. It just didn't make sense. Like, I would have liked to have seen them do the spin, then take out the piece of paper, and then it was just weird how they did it. But,
these are all predetermined. Come on, it's all fake. Same with when they did it for the Royal Rumble and they pulled the numbers. It was all nonsense.
yeah.
But I mean, I
you
do
gotta make it try to make sense at least, you know.
Yeah, just have them pull it in the background and then show it later on. Like, yeah, strange. Oh well.
We would like to thank our viewers and listening. We had such a really a good week of following, and those of you guys that liked and comments. Thank you so much. We had our biggest weekend, I think, ever in our podcast. So we're gonna keep that going, and it couldn't have happened at a better time because we're heading into Survivor Series, and then we might go a little cool down period. Then we're heading into the Royal Rumble. So I'm very, very excited. We're getting closer to the best time of the year, and a bracket layout is what I wanted to see too. But it is what it is. But so we're going to talk about a couple of things, mostly like the stuff tonight. We're going to talk about is what we want to focus on really is the Survivor Series ramifications of things that we saw on Monday night. If you guys hang with us, we're basically going to tell you who's going to be in the War Games match. Obviously, no announcement's been made yet, but we can kind of see where it is going. And with us, we will have that prediction for you as soon as we have the layout of what we talked about of what happened when Raw went off the air. But we see Cmpunk come out. It's his first night back from Saturday night's main event. He's the new world heavyweight champion. I gotta do a segment really quick. I have to do a segment. I haven't busted out this segment in a little while. And this is in regards to Cmpunk and the Jey Uso match from Saturday night's main event. Okay, you've probably been a part of this segment once. I've probably done this segment with you since you've been under the Aftermath umbrella. But if you haven't, you get to see it now. So here we go. Saturday night's main events. We have to do a little bit of a quick burial here.
I don't think I've seen that yet. I love that. Keep going, my man. Let me let you riff for a little bit. Go for it.
Hold on. We got another viewer. If you're here right now, I need you to stay and see this for a second. Here we go. We'll run it one more time. Here we go. Okay, the burial segment this week is Jey Uso. What was he doing Saturday night in the ring? He has made more botches than any WWE superstar on TV all year long. Did you see the neck breaker that CM Punk was trying to put him in?
That looked like he it looked like he, instead of going limp, put like all of his weight into it. Like, I don't really know.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
The match was slow to start with. When they got cooking, Yeah. They were cooking, and that was mostly because of the false finishes and because the world title was on the line.
Right.
Once Punk Jey Uso got cooking, it was cooking. But the whole lead up to that last quarter of the match on Saturday night was not good at all. Jey Uso has not looked good many times all year long. And especially heading into WrestleMania when he botched that jumping over the top rope where he almost killed himself there. Mm-hmm. There's been a number of occurrences where Jey Uso was told to get in shape. being winded. You even saw it on the Netflix documentary.
Absolutely. I think the main thing with him is either try to get his footing or, I mean, and I saw actually a post a couple of days back where it showed the average age of wrestlers in either their prime or after like a certain like belt hold or something like that. And I would say it was probably like a comparison of 2005 to 2025. The average wrestler was 29 years old. The average wrestler today is like 39 years old. So the age range has obviously been a very big gap, and you're not seeing too many of the guys in WWE in their prime right now. I think that's where you're starting to see those slower matches that take a little bit to build. And also, as you said, winded guys, obviously you're going to lose stamina with time. So I think you're seeing just the breakdown of missing that prime that those guys were once in 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you get to a certain age, your wrestling style has to change a little bit. You can't be jumping over the top rope, and if you know you're not going to make it, 40 years old, there comes a point in time where you got to chill with doing suicide dives over the top rope. I'm sorry. And you got to get in shape. If you got to stay in shape. You got to lay off the bacon here. You got to get rid of that bell belly and stay in shape. If you expect to be trying these moves, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like taking on the dad bod is now both gentlemen are fathers. So, well, about Jimmy's about to be, I believe. I think we're getting pretty close, but
anyway, CM Punk comes out and he thanks AJ Lee first and foremost, and he thanks the fans that it's about them. He says he's here to make money. He's here to make the money and win championships and not friends. So basically, he was just addressing the match that he had with Jey Uso, which was a botch fest mostly on Jey Uso's side of things. But anyway, I digress. He says he wants to, punch people in the face. He wants to take on the Vision. He wants to punch Dominic in the face. He's rattling off all these names and then he also mentioned that he wants to be tested, that he wants to have the opportunity to go against names such as AJ Styles, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Sheamus, and even John Cena. He basically wants to go against anyone who's earned it. And to get in line because the champ, and he basically told everybody to get in line because the champ is here. So I thought those were awesome names that he mentioned too. But then out comes Logan Paul, and they have their jarring back and forth.
Anybody but you is dying when he's yelling that at him.
CM Punk was not happy with Logan Paul coming out.
Fantastic. Continue, sir.
That was good.
Oh, also when he said blue is your color, go to SmackDown and take on Ilya. That's perfect for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. Go take on the open challenge. Get away from CM. I was like, that was great.
Punk is not happy, but Logan goes on to say that Logan has beaten AJ Styles before and has earned it. And then we see out comes the Vision. The Vision comes out, and then the Vision doesn't even let Paul leave ringside. In fact, the Vision pushed Logan Paul down at one point. And then typical, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker surrounding CM Punk. How do you feel surrounded when there's a 4-sided ring and only 2 people are surrounding you?
That's the thing is just I don't want to say run away, but like
pick a side that they're not on and just get out. Why do you have to feel like you're surrounded? You can't get out of the ring. It doesn't make sense to me.
They've had it happen a few times where it's 2-on-1. It's like, I'm ready to fight. I understand, but live to fight another day. Just get out of the ring. But that is obviously when we have reality versus scripted entertainment.
They attack Punk. Logan Paul eventually gets up, and he's very conflicted at the time. And Logan Paul goes back in and helps to save CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
But then Logan Paul takes the tsunami. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah, he takes the tsunami, and then Paul clears the ring. And then no. Hold on. Yeah, Punk clears the ring.
Right.
So
Punk took
Logan
the
Paul took
chair.
the tsunami, and so I'm like, okay, is this possibly a face turn?
We find out later.
We find out later. We're going to revisit that in a few minutes.
I
What
think
did you think of this segment overall?
I think that the main thing is what you want to have Logan there for is to just spark, give a little spark here and there. Give a little, Monday Night Madness into the mix, because as CM Punk named multiple guys that deserve it. I don't know where JD came in. I think JD more got there because Finn was listed. It's like, yeah, both of the Judgment Day guys, but whatever the case is. So now, like you say, rattled off some important names and guys that deserve it. And then you go, Logan Paul doesn't wait. Logan Paul did face off against Roman Reigns for the belt. Wait, he did beat AJ Styles. Like, he's not totally wrong, but he's a part-timer who's only had 6 matches in WWE. So smart on their parts, and like I said, you want to get the crowd going. So it's just, how many heels can you have at one point? Because the Vision, and also now the Vision, who knows what way they'll go. Because a lot of people do like Braun Breaker. You hear the bark. He's good on the mic. He could easily have a face turn very quickly. So it's tough. They're trying to test the waters out and see who's going to be my face, who's going to be my heel, who's going to be that, I hate to say Dirty Dom now, but who's going to be that Dirty Dom guy, 50% boos, 50% cheers. So it's going to take some time, and I don't think Logan Paul will ever get to be a face. So it was a little showing, like, hey, I'll help CM Punk here, why not? But I don't think he'll ever actually get there.
Yeah. Moving on, Nikki and Stephanie Vacquier versus Raquel and Roxanne. Pretty decent match. Roxanne wins, beating Nikki. Roxanne's phenomenal. She's my favorite.
Yep.
Roxanne wins by beating Nikki with the pop rocks after Nikki took the punch in the face from Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel, she's been really coming into her own, especially after the advice that Kevin Nash had given her, as far as, trying to focus more on acting like a big person and what a big person would do as far as selling goes, because Raquel is one of the biggest girls in that division. And then Roxanne Perez, she's been knocking it out the park. But I'm noticing, and I feel like at some point, Nikki Bella, I believe, is going to turn on Stephanie. I feel like we are heading in that direction, and I feel like we're going to head in that direction as early as this coming Monday night, where I believe Nikki's going to turn on Stephanie Vacquier, because we see the backstage segment. Nikki's all down on herself, and then Stephanie Vacquier is propping Nikki back up, trying to make it feel good, and then Nikki Bella's like, you know what, I'm gonna come out and support you, and make sure I support you next Monday night on your one-on-one match next week, which I believe Stephanie Vacquier is going against either Raquel Gonzalez.
Rodriguez, yes. Wait,
yeah,
Gonzalez, Rodriguez. I can't remember.
And she's actually Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez. She's Raquel Rodriguez is Giant Gonzalez's daughter. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow,
this is what I've heard.
See it now.
This is what I've heard.
See at least the height, but that'd be pretty cool.
This is what I've heard. But Raquel has done some great work. I'm expecting a very good match between Stephanie and Raquel. But after the match is over, I'm also expecting Nikki Bella to turn on Stephanie Vacquier to set up a possible, War Games type of setup, or maybe a title match at War Games.
I think that would make sense. I think that, like you said, I feel like the War Games set is probably the smartest move. And I think that, like, Nikki is going to be like, oh, well, I came here to prove that I could still be with the best of them. And that'll be the initial heel turn for her, is going for belts and, like I said, trying to prove that she does belong even after taking this extended, retirement that's now coming out of it. So I guess extended break, but it was a retirement for her. So to come back and at least show that she still has it, I think smartest move storytelling would be for her to, like you said, turn. So I'd like to see it. I think the main winner that came out of that match is Vakor, even though it was obviously won by Judgment Day. I think she can just really move. One of the first few matches I saw that she's just quick in the ring, keeping up with everyone there. Like, she looks really good in ring now.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I'm expecting a very good match on Monday night, and I am definitely expecting heel turn for sure. I was kind of leaning more towards that we possibly could have gotten it last Monday, but we did not get it here. But I think it's coming, and I think it's coming. We talked about it with last Monday night about like Triple H is all about the slow burn when it comes to these feuds and storylines, so that when it actually happens, it catches us off guard, or we're like, oh, finally, it's always one of those reactions.
Well, next week is for the belt.
Yeah.
And then
Stephanie wins. Stephanie wins for sure. I think this is Raquel's first test in a while. And and I think she's going to be a future champion for sure, especially if she stays on the path she's going now. But it's her title, and I believe I'm very, very confident Stephanie retains. Nikki's not going to cost her, but I do believe there's going to be a little turn after that's over.
Yeah, I can see it. I think you're on the right path there.
So we'll have to see where we go from there. But I do believe you guys have heard it first here that Nikki Bella will be turning on Stephanie Vaquer this Monday night. That's just my prediction and possibly a spoiler. But for those of you guys that are watching, this is the Aftermath Pro Wrestling Podcast. Feel free to give us a like and subscribe, comment, join our conversation, and let us know what you guys think of this past Monday night and the road to Survivor Series that we are on. We would love to chat it up with you guys. Any comments that get posted will be shown on screen, and we will address each and every one of them as much as possible. Anyway. We see Punk backstage, and Jay insists on being in Punk's corner. Because while he's champion, according to Jey Uso says, the Vision isn't going to stop coming after Punk. So this is a mid segment. Obviously, they're building towards the end of the show, which we're going to get back to in a few minutes. But this had me screaming that quite possibly Jey Uso is going to turn on CM Punk. I'm like, this has got to happen tonight. I had my phone set up. I had my camera stand set up, ready to do a video reaction so I could post it on YouTube. And that didn't happen. I thought Jey Uso, and we're going to get to that in a few minutes, but I thought Jey Uso was going to be the one to turn. But And I believe that I strongly believe that they were setting this up because over the past several weeks, Jey Uso has had a little bit of a slight attitude change in his character, frustration, and talking about I got this person in my ear, that person in my ear, and you kind of see a little bit of a character change going on, which kind of led me to believe that maybe Jey Uso was setting up CM Punk for a possible heel turn later in the night. As a result of losing to CM Punk on Saturday, being frustrated. But obviously, we'll talk about in a few minutes. That wasn't the case. But I truly thought that this was setting up for a Jey Uso heel turn. But as we'll see a little bit later, it was setting up for something else. Moving on, we had Penta versus Grande. We see Rio and Bravo are all thrown out because after Rio hands the medal for Grande Americano putting his mask, we see that. But the one spot that I liked here was when Grande is going for the flying headbutt. Penta kicks Grande right in the head where Grande had the medals, knocking Grande Americano out and then putting El Grande Americano in the Mexican Destroyer. Penta gets the 1, 2, 3. What did you think of this match?
My one real note of this is, God, I could watch Penta wrestle for an hour. And I've said that about a few people over the year that I feel like we've been talking on the podcast here. I really could just sit and watch Penta move. The guy is fantastic, down to the walk and the interaction with everybody, ringside and everything. He's just captivating. He's flying around the ring. The kicks are special. The throws and everything that he does. He's just special. It's fantastic to see, and I'm glad that they pulled the trigger on getting him from. Was he a AAA guy? Was he AEW first? I was not a big
He was before AEW. He came from Mexico,
Okay.
and I want to say he either came from AAA or CMML.
All right.
One of those two.
Well, wherever he was found from, WWE made a fantastic decision to pull the trigger and get him on TV, because anybody you put him up against, it feels like they've been wrestling for 5 years. Like, it's just crazy. And then Joe Tessitore just said, "How can you not love Penta?" And it's just true. I think he just, even when he loses, he can come out as a winner. It's just fantastic.
Did you see Penta's action figure, by the way?
No, I did not.
You gotta go on to Ringside Collectibles and check out Penta's action figure. I cannot believe the detail that has gone like into his action figure is wild. Like everything between the outfit, the tattoos. I wanted to order it, but the like it's like pre-sale and like the estimated shipping's not till like March.
And this is WWE one?
There's a WWE one, but you can also find it on Ringside Collectibles.
I'll have to, because I don't know if it's this is one from Legends of Lucha Libre action figure.
Okay.
This one looks very, if you're looking for one, this one looks very nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I got to find the one that you're ringside.
RingsideCollectibles.com. So they got some nice stuff on there. But the Penta one, his action figure is like,
oh my God.
Just like everything in between the face paint, the outfit.
Even the eyes. You could apparently change out the tongue. What? Wow. Okay, no, this is cool. All right, that might be. I don't have. I used to have them when I was a kid. I don't have any more, so that might have to be a quick purchase right there.
Well, so just what came in the mail, I did the YouTube video on this the other day. But the Cody and Pharaoh finished the story. Look at that.
Oh my God, with the dog. That's amazing.
Has the WrestleMania finished the story, the WrestleMania description down there, and that's the box. Like, I don't even want to take this out of the box. That's how well like this is.
Yeah, no, I think you keep that, and
like even the
he
John
meet and greet, you get that signed.
I don't even want to really take this out of the box. Like the box really helps make the whole experience just as well as the action figure, you know?
No, that's something you try to get signed. But that's fantastic.
I'm gonna let you take the steering wheel on this one. We see Dominic Mysterio come out, cutting his promo. What did you think of that?
So he said he wants a challenge, and here's Dad, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So great to see Ray back after I think they said a 7-month hiatus. Obviously from an injury happened right before WrestleMania. So great to see Ray come back in. And basically he's just saying that Dom, you want to say you're the greatest? Well, you want to say you're the greatest champion? You want to say you're king of the luchadors? Well, there's been so many other guys before you. I didn't write down a few of the names. I'm not too versed in.
Oh, so there was Santos. Let's say like El Santos.
I think El Tigre Azul, right? Oh my God. And then he said, every time that you say stuff like that, you insult our family and our blood. And then after he listed Eddie, Dom goes, hey, don't you speak about my father.
Yes.
He's like, no, how could you say that?
The crowd went wild on that.
Dom says that he's better than everyone. He's better than every luchador, including the one that he didn't name, and that's you, Dad. Like, he didn't even name himself as one of the greatest. Dom says that he's jealous of, or that Ray is jealous of him and his newfound belts and success. And then, he
And
told,
he's already stealing Dom's mustache.
yes, all right. He said, look, you already tried to take my mustache. And then says, get out of my ring. This is my ring. And he said, and Ray answers up with, I'll leave, but as long as I'm around, you won't be the king. This won't be your ring, and you won't be the greatest Mysterio. What a line, what a verse. And then them's his fighting words to Dom as he throws a punch, but Ray able to turn it around and sets up a big 619, about to do the frog splash, but rolls out. And now we get a great setup for Ray versus Dom for that Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, that's happening Survivor Series. We know that's happening Survivor Series. Yeah. Hello, San Diego, their hometown, California. It makes the most sense if Ray is cleared to wrestle that match will happen at Survivor Series or Survivor Series weekend, but should be on the War Games Survivor Series card.
Yeah, I don't know if they're staying in San Diego. I know a lot of times when they have a PLE, then they'll stay in the surrounding area. So maybe it'll be that Monday night if they can't get it on the card. But for something called Survivor Series and War Games and all that stuff, I would say the family affair that has been, I guess, I don't know the last time that they versed, probably a year or so ago.
WrestleMania 39.
So it'd be a year and a half now.
Yeah, I think it was 39.
So definitely makes sense to get them back together and get them in the ring again and see what you can do with that. So
yeah.
I would love to see
Dominic
that.
was just getting out of prison. He was doing that prison Dom gimmick.
Right. Because it started at, I can't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, but they had that initial family fight where Rhea and him were
interrupted
he was
Thanksgiving.
arrested. Right. Yeah, because apparently when the mom assaulted Rhea, Rhea was the one that had to get taken away instead.
Oh man, that was some good stuff. Some good stuff. You know, Dom and Ray is going to be a banger for sure. This is where it's headed. Ray and Dom are going to have that one last match more than likely before Ray retires. I would imagine he probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, but he definitely wants to get that match in. Dom's doing some good work. I mean, he's a heat magnet. And even on Saturday night, he was so over when he got that win, even in the fashion Eddie Guerrero style cheating. But it wasn't even cheating. It's kind of, it was a triple threat. But with his creativity, so to speak, that with Dominic getting the win there, that was some funny stuff, and that was entertaining, and the crowd is loving it. I'm loving it.
And I hate to say, I think, and I told you so, but I know you had said that triple threat usually means you can protect the former champion and one guy pins the other. I believe I had said it's also a way to make sure that there's some type of tomfoolery that'll help Dom win. And Dom kept the bell or the hammer in mind, rang the bell to make Rusev think that he won. And hey, Penta never tapped or passed out from the hold, so the match goes on, my friend.
That was so good. It was so fun to watch.
And that's where you're a smart heel at the end of the day. But I mean, he's really 50-50, if not 60-40 right now in cheers. The whole dirty Dom. I love the I call it the soccer chant, but the dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom. Like, I love all the soccer chants and everything. So very cool to see that he's getting not a whole bouquet of flowers, but he's getting a rose or two here and there. He's starting to show his work is doing pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. We won't talk much about this because we really want to get to the good stuff. But Lyra and Bailey versus Kabuki Warriors. We see Asuka catching Lyra in an Asuka lock. And the Kabuki Warriors get a win. It's clear to me that one of two things is happening here. They're setting up for a women's war game match, which we could probably feature Kabuki Warriors and Judgment Day, against like the likes of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss and Lyron Bailey on the other, as part of that team as well, going against Kabuki Warriors and Judgment Day. They could be setting that up for War Games. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that, but that's a huge possibility. But the other thing that is pretty obvious that they also could be setting up Kabuki Warriors for a future tag team title match against Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, as we've seen Alexa and Charlotte coming out, being intertwined in this feud that's going on. So we'll have to see what's going on. Do you have any quick thoughts on this one?
No, not really too much. Trying to think really what Oh yeah, it was more No, it really wasn't too much like noteworthy. I think a lot of times when they have this type of setup, however, that they always try to make like a triple threat tag match or like a fatal four tag match and make it like an elimination or something like that. Like it seems like because there's so many teams in the tag division right now, and because it goes through NXT as well as SmackDown and Raw, that I think there's a way that you can have a lot of these extended matches versus just being one team versus the other.
Moving on, we had AJ and Dragon Lee defeat the Judgment Day. Judgment Day's Finn Balor and JD McDonough. There was a lot of interference leading to the mishaps of Dominic Mysterio. Sheamus coming in for the save to take care of Dominic. At ringside, we see AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash on JD for the win. JD's been doing some really good work the past number of weeks now, even with that win that he had last Monday against Sheamus. So I feel like WWE is getting behind JD a little bit more. I'm also happy to see that we've had the tag titles defended twice in the last 3 weeks, as opposed to the first 9 months of the year of the tag titles being defended twice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I noticed there's a little bit more attention, but we got to get a couple more tag teams on Raw.
Absolutely. I think now you have two random combos together. To get AJ and Dragon Lee, it's not like they have a huge past or anything together. It's, they just kind of met up with each other in the back, shared a sandwich, and went, all right, let's be a tag team.
They talked amongst each other in catering. Oh, you want to do a tag team? Sure, I'll do a tag team.
Yeah, it's just
we're the War Raiders. We're
yeah,
we're the other tag teams. Like SmackDown's kind of they kind of have it a little bit more put together pretty well. But we're the tag teams on Raw. Why am I only seeing two?
I think it's time to make Otis a winner again, but you're not going to do it with Akira Tozawa. So I think if they need Maxine, who's now going up against Becky, to try to recruit somebody. So because that's the way that Alpha, when he was against them, and I think that's a way to at least get another tag team in. Is Otis was always a tag guy anyways when he had his
Tucker,
correct? So
Heavy Machinery.
Exactly. Yeah, see if they can call him up and maybe get that going again. But yeah, speaking of Alpha Academy, we haven't seen them in anything. I don't know if there's an injury or not.
Yeah, somebody posted on, I don't know where it's from, where I saw it from, but somebody posted the idea of the Creed brothers joining the Vision.
Yeah. That's where I'm saying, I haven't seen the Creed brothers in a minute, so that's another tag team that they could have easily given.
Possibly. They would look great in suits. They would look good being beside Braun and Bronson. Why not? Chad Gable's due back soon.
Yeah.
So we know that's happening. He should be back probably by around Royal Rumble time.
But we've seen Chad obviously as not El Grande Americano, because obviously El Grande Americano is still wrestling. So, we know that that's not Chad. What are you talking about? But yeah, that's going to be another one where maybe the Creed brothers turn on him instead of him being the one that made Otis run away and everything like that, and then got the Creed brothers. So a lot of different ways that this could all kind of turn around a little bit.
Maybe we'll just see the Creed brothers come back when Chad Gable comes back, because maybe WWE Triple H sees them as a package deal.
But I do like the idea of them being the Tonga brothers and everything, and just kind of being the wacky henchmen for the Vision. That would definitely make sense.
Yeah.
So, a lot of options, but we'll see which way they go.
Raw is from Boston this Monday night on November 10th. So I'm expecting a pretty decent show there. Those of you guys that are watching, my name is Wayne from the Aftermath Pro Wrestling Podcast, joined by Brandon, a.k.a. Bash. But yeah, we are coming into Survivor Series season. We're almost halfway through November, which means War Games is around the corner. They're clearly setting up for War Games. And but John Cena will be the John Cena tournament will be starting this Monday. I had it written down: Rusev versus Damian Priest and Shinsuke versus Sheamus. Those are the two exact matches that we're getting. The SmackDown match, the matches that we'll see, the more matches will be announced for this tournament tomorrow. And those matches will more likely be next Friday.
Very good.
So John Cena will be in his hometown this Monday. So he should be on Raw too, which would be interesting. Whether he gets a match or a tag match, we'll see. But definitely an appearance for sure.
Yep.
Main event. I didn't even take a whole lot of notes on this main event match, but I really want to get more towards what we saw in the end. There's actually a reaction clip. If you guys go on the YouTube shorts of our channel, of the reaction clip that I posted of my real-time reaction of what we saw of following the match, which ended in a double count out. This whole match, I was wondering, like, when's the heel turn going to happen? Like, I was convinced that Jey Uso was going to turn heel, because storyline-wise, it would have made sense. Yep. A lot of people were calling for it. I was talking to my buddy Joe. I'm like, I think we're getting a heel turn here. Somebody else texted me, I think we're getting a heel turn here. And I was pretty convinced that it was going to happen, just based on the fact that Jey Uso's attitude has been changing, and then based on the fact that he lost the world title match yet again. And so basically I thought, and I was waiting for it, I was so anxious, which is why I even made the reaction video. But then something else happened, which we're going to get to.
Yeah, I was very, very surprised to see a double count out. I mean, it kind of protects everybody there, which the team Cmpunk and Jey Uso didn't need any protecting. So definitely a little surprised to see that was the decision that they made, to end it in a double count out. And then the main thing I kind of heard before, and I always love the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So Paul Heyman talking to Jay and says, if you're not with the Vision, you're automatically against it right at the door, no second chances. So that's where I understand when Jay said, I want to be on your side, Punk. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So yes, we might see a turn from Punk, but if he wants to go up against the Vision, Jay is 1 against 2 all the time. So it made sense to at least kind of look for a friend in that moment and try to take out the Vision together versus separately.
Yeah, so we see that the match ends in double count out. The Vision is having their way with Punk and Jey Uso. So they're all in the ring. Jey Uso's already knocked out. He's out cold. And it's CM Punk, has the chair. And then Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they go under the ring and get chairs. And then come in the ring. Now it's 2 against 1. The Bronze, both having chairs in their hand, and CM Punk acting surrounded when he could have just pulled Jay out and rolled out. Anyway, Punk stays in there holding a chair. But then out comes Logan Paul to even up the side. So we thought. acting like he's ready to do this and protect CM Punk. Then we get the punch heard around the world. Logan Paul punches Jey Uso with the brass knucks already in his hand. I'm sorry, CM Punk knocks out CM Punk after acting like he was going to align with him. Instead, Logan Paul aligns with the Vision. Not necessarily joins the faction, but at the moment, aligns with the Vision.
Yep.
So, what were your thoughts when this double turn happened? I wouldn't say double turn, but the double cross. That's what I want to say.
I think the main thing here is the handoff of the brass knuckles to Paul Heyman was kind of like I won't say signing a contract, but I'll say accept all cookies. When you see on the bottom right, when you go to any website, I think, like I said before, he might have saw that backstage interview with Jay that if you're not with us, you're against us, and went, do I want 40-something-year-old CM Punk or do I want 20-something and I believe early 30-something-year-old Braun and Bronson on my side with a mastermind in Paul Heyman? What side do I want to be on? And he made an executive decision, like I said, accept all cookies. I'm on your guys' side because I don't need Braun and Bronson coming after me anytime soon. So I think Logan Paul just made an executive decision in the moment and very smart. You know who you want to rock with. There's power in numbers and power in power. CM Punk is 1. That Vision is 3. And now maybe 3.5. You don't know where Logan Paul's side lies, but it doesn't look like he's going to go against the Vision anytime soon.
This was where, this is where, again, I thought we were going to have Jey Uso turning. So with Logan Paul, I wouldn't say it was like a letdown, so to speak, but it was kind of like a little bit of an interesting twist there. Like how basically Logan Paul was playing CM Punk the whole entire time, and CM Punk fall right into that trap. And CM Punk is going to be addressing this on Monday Night Raw. But my question to you is, where do we go from here? Is this a setup for War Games? Is that what this is looking to be? Mm-hmm. And if so, what does that look like to you? Before I give you my opinion, what it looks like.
I definitely agree. I think that we're gonna need a Raw and SmackDown combo versus Raw and SmackDown combo. So I think we see Roman, CM Punk, Jay, maybe throw Jimmy in there. I can't really piece where we get some other players in there. And then definitely the Vision. I'm trying to think who the Vision could get. Now you have Logan Paul as a third member that can definitely be in there. And I'm trying to think of the SmackDown guys, probably Solo and who's the new one that they just got with the face paint that looks really cool. JC is his name, right?
Mateo?
Yes. I think he can definitely be a player in that and just create some havoc in there. I'm trying to think of who else could really get in that 5v5, but I think, like I said, that you have to kind of get who's against who on SmackDown and Raw. I think that they technically could also have 2 War Game matches and or would it be 3? Because I'm trying to think where NXT plays in if they do. I forget the way that they kind of have the whole setup going or how they can normally get the setup.
So here's what I got for War Games. This is where I see it happening. Initially, we thought maybe about a month ago, I was leaning more towards Wyatt 6 going against MFT. And then Wyatt 6 would maybe have like Shinsuke Nakamura like team with them because MFT has been getting Shinsuke Nakamura's business. However, from what I'm noticing now with Logan Paul now aligning himself with the Vision and knowing that War Games is a couple weeks away and that we're setting up for War Games, I have on one side Logan Paul and I have the Vision with Paul Heyman getting Brock Lesnar to be the 4th guy and a 4-man team because they can go 4-4 if they want. They've done it before.
Yeah.
That would be the 4 guys: Lesnar, Logan Paul, and the Vision.
Okay.
Against, we know CM Punk is going to be in that match. We know Jey Uso is going to be there. You can possibly state a case for LA Knight being on the team of Punk and Jey Uso to go against the Vision, Logan Paul, and Brock Lesnar.
Fair.
You could possibly. But one of the members is definitely got to be Roman Reigns.
Right.
Because it was the Vision that took out Roman Reigns, if you remember, weeks ago.
Right.
So the next time Roman Reigns gets on TV, he's going after the Vision, and that's going to set, and that's going to slot Roman Reigns in for a spot in that match. So you could essentially do the Usos, Roman, and Punk. You know, Punk calls in a favor to Roman owes him whatever. You know, Roman's got beef anyway with the Vision, so it makes sense that we definitely have Punk, Roman, and Jey Uso. You probably go Jimmy. I guess that would make the most sense. But you could also bring in a Cody Rhodes as well.
Yeah.
You have just about 4 weeks to build this thing. So you could also have Drew McIntyre on one side, maybe helping out the Vision, and then have Cody Rhodes in that match if you want to give, you know, something to do. Unless they have plans for Cody Rhodes against against Drew McIntyre, then that's another thing. I would say the favorites though is going to be Lesnar, Logan Paul, the Vision versus the Usos, Punk, and Roman 4-on-4. If they want to make a 5-on-5, I don't know where you pull those 2 guys from. You can probably, you know, maybe have a Solo come in, or what do you think?
5th guy is going to be John Cena, and whoever John Cena is going to face in the last match.
Okay, so I totally forgot about that, and I heard about this possibility too. Yes, John Cena for sure, because it gives John Cena an opportunity to mix it up with some of the guys that he's never mixed it up before. So yeah, John Cena would definitely be the 5th guy for sure. 100%. Got to be. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing with John Cena. He's not in a feud. He's not in a program with anybody. This would make the most sense. But as far as the 5th guy on the other side,
it'll be whoever wins the tournament of the 16 is my guess, and then it'll set up that final match.
Could be.
I'm thinking of who's in that match right now.
It's got to make sense.
Yeah, because we already obviously saw him against Brock. That was a wash, so we're not going to really see that again. He could be on the same team of somebody he's going up against and then have a turn one last time. So he could go up against CM Punk. He could take on Roman if he's on his team. Like, there's definitely a couple of ways that they could go. But I think for him to, like you said, mix it up with 9 guys in the ring, I think you have to get John Cena in there, and then whoever he's set to face that December 13th is a perfect addition to that other team.
Yeah, because essentially you got the 10th and you got the 17th. You have 2 opportunities to set this thing up with John Cena for sure. Yeah. So we would have to kind of see how Monday and the 17th play out at Madison Square Garden. And then quite possibly your idea with the tournament, that could make sense. But yeah, if we're keeping it 4-on-4, definitely I would say Usos, Punk, Roman versus Lesnar, Logan Paul, and the Vision, and 5th guy on the other side, probably throwing John Cena, and then against whomever, you know, could win the tournament. Maybe they want to keep them separated, or whoever decides to pick trouble with John Cena on Monday or in the Garden. That would definitely help set that up too.
Yep, definitely a few.
But we're clearly setting up for War Games, and you know the War Games match is definitely going to be featuring the Vision for sure. We know that. On the women's side, it's a little unclear to me. Before, you know, we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier with, you know, Kabuki Warriors and who did we mention? It was Kabuki Warriors, was the other and Judgment Day versus Charlotte,
Right.
Alexa, and Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. So that would probably be my 4 and 4 there. You don't have to do 5-on-5 war games. They lately have been doing it, but you don't. It doesn't have to be 5-on-5. It could be 4 and 4 like it traditionally was. So we'll have to see.
Well, you know that you can do if you're not doing Jade versus Tiffany rematch, then you know you can obviously do Nia Jax versus Tiffany and just add them on either side, especially now that we just saw Nia versus Alexa Bliss rehash their feud from years ago. So if you need a fifth, I would say that's your 2 easiest fifths right there.
Yes. Absolutely.
Tiffy needs a face healing, needs a win, needs this and that. So good to put her on the face. Nia Jax will always be a heel as a wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, that's really pretty much all I got as far as what we need to talk about leading into War Games. But that was the big point I really wanted to drive home of what that possible men's War Games would look like. So nobody's really talked about it yet. I mean, people are talking about it, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it on the podcast yet. So I had to jump on that and bring that up tonight. But a pretty good week of wrestling. We have SmackDown tomorrow. I honestly didn't even look at the card, SmackDown tomorrow. But some good news is we will be back Monday night. And also next Friday night, there will be a SmackDown review show. I don't know what that looks like yet. I believe we're going to have Pete, who did Saturday night's main event, on for the SmackDown review next week. We're not going to do SmackDown review tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe we'll do like a little short or a clip talking about SmackDown over the weekend. But for those of you guys that are watching, thank you so much. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button, comment, share. We love your comments. Please feel free to comment. We want to know what you guys are thinking about as far as the road to War Games goes. Brandon, before we go, any last thoughts?
It's already Thursday. I kind of like this midday now. I work weekends and everything, so a little crazy. No, if anybody that does watch or listen or anything like that, it interacts. If you guys are on Long Island, I currently work for an MMA promotion called Flex Fight Series. I've had a great time with them. So if anybody's into other combat sports, would love you guys to check that out. Again, Flex Fight Series. They have an event this weekend at Selden Firehouse. I've loved working with them. They're a great group, and I know you said that you're training and everything like that, or you enjoy training. So yeah, if there's any interested fighters, love to get fighters locally on the cards as well. So yeah, if anybody's into the other side of combat sports and wants to get involved, please let me know. The Instagram is Brandon, aka Bash, and really about all I got.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, is that MMA or is that just like boxing or?
So that is a combination because it is mostly amateur with a couple of pro fights. The amateur is either MMA fights, kickboxing, or Muay Thai rules. All depends. You could pick whatever you'd like. There have been a couple of grappling matches, so any jiu-jitsu that would like to get into grappling. I haven't seen too many of those. It's mostly been striking, MMA, or kickboxing. Yeah, or stand-up with kickboxing. Yep.
Nice. Awesome. That's good to know. Make sure you shout that again a couple more times. For sure. Those of you guys that are watching, thank you so much for hopping on. We will be back Monday night. We'll be back next Friday night as well. Make sure you follow our YouTube channel closely. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, as we'll be posting some shorts over the next couple of days just to kind of stay interactive with all you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a good night.
Agility from the champion. Deep six. That could be it. Delivered this deep six. Agility from the champion.